us tonight?
I was gonna see as we're live now, but I was gonna see as we just kind of hang out if people wanted to join us and hang out and chill for a little while.
Sweet.
Um, we'll see what happens. So,
What is this?
um, but yeah, man. Last night our conversation got me really thinking as far as like just just about the mall show, kind of where Disney's headed, like different things like the flack that Disney has gotten, some of it I do understand. Some of it, the more I've been thinking, I'm like, man, some of it, I mean, I get Kathleen Kennedy has said some stupid things, but like some of it's, and he's gone. Some of it's out of her control. Some of it's out of her control, like some of
Yeah.
that she can't do.
Yep. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah, some of it, like she's at the end of the day, she is the president of Lucasfilm, but Lucasfilm is no longer its own company.
Right.
Um, as long as she is not, hold on one second. Oh, little one's getting in trouble back here. But as long as it's owned by Disney or any other company, it's not it's no longer independent and no longer makes self-sufficient decisions. Decisions come from a board, they come from a bunch of different people, so it's not just one person, like it's not just the CEO, like when like it came out that Bob Iger didn't want to do the hunt for Kylo Ren. Like, yes, he's one of the people that killed it, but like also there's probably other people as well. Like at the end of the day, like Buck maybe stops with him, um, and he says no, like it's risky. Like we've already brought back a dead character,
Yeah.
like which I think that's the most ironic part of that situation is like people are like, oh, we need to bring back like Kylo Ren. Um, like we've already seen the blowback. Like yes, like um in episode 9, like they give you the somehow Kylo Ren returns,
Yeah. Um,
or the somehow Palpatine returns, which like somebody said something recently which makes total sense. Like Hux knows that Palpatine's return, but he doesn't know how Palpatine's alive. He needs
right.
Kylo Ren and Palpatine to tell him that. That's why the rebels only have somehow Palpatine return.
Right.
So it's not like this big thing. Is the line still cheesy? Yes. But does it make sense? Also yes.
Right.
But like you got killed for it for bringing it back, and it's like, okay, well, we've been killed for this once. I'm not gonna get killed again.
Right.
So I'm not gonna bring back a character I've already killed, and like it stinks that they've killed him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, like I would have liked to see what happens with them, but also like Star Wars has kind of showed us that redemption is death.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unfortunately, because like, what do you do with a massive multi-planetary genocide who just goes one day, yeah, I guess I'll fight with the good guys again. What do you do? What do you do with somebody like that?
Right.
Because
100%.
he only has one place he belongs after all of this. He belongs in jail.
Yes.
So like as so like you can't go, oh well, like him and Ray are gonna lead the new Jedi Order, and then like they're gonna have all these things because like no, buddy, you're going to jail. Like
Right. Do
you
not
can't
pass go.
you,
Do not collect $200. You're going to jail.
like it's like I don't, because like Anakin is a Force ghost right now, right? Like we see
Yeah.
him in Ahsoka. Is he a Jedi? Like, would you say Anakin's a Jedi right now? Like, I mean, he's dead or whatever. He's a Force ghost, but like he also showed Ahsoka that at any moment he could do either.
Yeah. Yeah. Real Ben Maynard in the house. I haven't seen this in forever. Again, I haven't been live in a while. Hello there, friends. It's been a while. I hope you are well. We are doing well, good sir. It says also it's hard to redeem anybody when the biggest character in Star Wars history, aka Darth Vader, got redeemed by dying.
Yeah, and it
Yeah.
was clean because he died.
Right.
Imagine if like Luke's like, hey guys, like, like Leia, like, remember when he blew up your planet? Like, well, come like hang out with your dad. Like I saved, like he threw Palpatine down a shaft, and now he's gonna come to dinner.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Dad's home for dinner. Big
Yeah.
news. um,
He
yeah,
found the milk,
he
and
did.
here he is.
Yeah, right. Can you imagine him sitting there like your sister was right about me, and like right before he dies, I forgive you, father, and it's like, all right, sweet, let's go.
Yeah.
you know?
Like now, get
Um,
your sister to also agree, and then maybe I won't die right now.
right. I do want to ask, we talked about this a little bit last night too. And for those of you in chat, please let us know. We would love your chats. What do you think of the Maul show? Because I know you're a proponent of Maul should have been dead. Maul should have stayed dead. So what are your thoughts on the Maul show now that we're 4 episodes deep?
Yeah. Can you repeat that for me? 1 second. Somebody was again, little ones acting up in the background, but could you repeat
You're
that
good.
for
You're
me?
good. I was going to ask you, and for the chat as well, what are your thoughts on the Maul show? Because we talked about this a little bit last night. I know you're a big proponent of Maul should have died, right, in the Phantom Menace, and that
Yeah.
should have been it. So now that we're 4 episodes deep, where are you at?
I like the show. The feeling, like I said last night, while we were just hanging out, the feeling doesn't change. Like he should still be dead. Um Now this is like this is the best that we've seen Maul since the Phantom Menace. Also, like
Yeah.
I'll say this too, Maul works better animated than he does live action. Like, yeah, Ray Park does a very good job um doing him in the Phantom Menace and like appearing as him in Solo. But like I really do like this version of Maul. My number one preference is dead. My number two preference is what we have right now
Okay.
because he's not he's not like this ego main, like he is set on causing destruction, but he's
Right.
not like this egomaniac making these impulsive decisions. He's like he's letting everything come to him. And like that's his thing with Devin. Like he's like, I feel like something is like around the corner or something like that, like in the first 2 episodes.
Right.
Um and that like he's letting it come to him. I kind of compared it to this. Do you watch Rick and Morty at all? Have you ever seen
I
it?
did not. No.
If anybody's watching, I don't know how many people are watching this, but if anybody's watched Rick and Morty, there's like this seeing stone that Morty grabs in one episode, and he's in love with this girl, Jessica. And like what he does is he uses the seeing stone, like anytime it gets away from him being with Jessica, he like changes all these different things, and oh, like the whole world goes to hell outside of it. But like that's kind of like what he's doing. Like he's like, oh, like what gets me to my destination, and he's allowing it to, um, he's kind of allowing it to come to him in a sense, and um, like he's methodical. Episode three is the best version of Maul we see. Episode 4, in my opinion, is the best episode. But yeah, I like like I like episode 3 because he feels like the Phantom Menace. He feels like the Shadow Lord in those moments. Like he's fading in and out. He's really getting into her head, and he's not lying. Like he's not lying to her. Like yeah, he's going from like a certain point of view, but like he's also telling her like, hey, we were both raised in these two institutions, and both of these two institutions are completely screwed because of the same person, and like we need to do something about it. And he's telling her like, are you not a Jedi? Like is it not your duty to like handle this? And like he's calling her out on it, and he's like really getting under her skin, and I thought that was great. And then like in episode 4, like he feels like Magneto a little bit, like where Magneto's like the non-mutant people should not be leading the world, and like his thing is like the non-force sensitive should not be leading the world, which technically is what's happening. A force sensitive person, or it's not what's happening, or whatever. Like a force sensitive person's leading the world. Palpatine's force sensitive. Everybody like we know that. Not everybody in the galaxy knows that he's a Sith Lord, but like he's telling them like, hey, why obey those who are beneath you, like these cops or whatever? Like, you're the Force user. So I don't know. I think the show's great. Like, animated Star Wars might go down all time as something better than anything we get in film Star Wars.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. We got some comments rolling in from Real Ben and John Ryan. Says, to me, this just feels like a good solid arc of Clone Wars, hovering around 8.4 for me. John Ryan says, why haven't we seen Qui-Gon back? This the only that died by a lightsaber. But Maul survives, and what's that annoying character on Kenobi series? Yeah, Reva.
Yeah.
She also survives 2 stabbings, by the way. One as a kid, one as an adult.
But the big thing, like I told you last night, is that there's no room to complain about lightsabers not being deadly for Reva, Sabine, or anybody else as long as this character lives.
Yeah.
And like they've even said something recently that, like, they were like, how do you know that he died in Rebels? And it's like, don't do that. Like, don't you dare do that. Like, that was another clean ending with Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
And one that makes you feel bad for Maul, because like in this show they're using the words that ended in the Rebels death, like where you feel bad for him, like, oh, is Luke going to be the one to redeem us? And Obi-Wan's like, he is, like, I believe he is, which also leads me on my point that Luke's actually the chosen one. It has nothing to do with Anakin. But
That's an interesting point. We'll get down that rabbit hole here in a minute.
Yeah. But like, it's like, oh, is he the one that's going to avenge us? And like, it is, and it makes you feel bad for Maul in that moment too. But like, it's also like where like that's where this is picking back up, is like, hey, like, he's no longer, this is not Darth Maul Shadow Lord. This is Maul Shadow.
Yeah.
Like, he's not a Sith Lord anymore. He has not been a Sith Lord in a very long time. And
Yep.
And it's just one of those things that, like, I don't even know where I was going with it, but like, it's just one of those things that, like, I like where he's at mentally right now.
Yeah. 100%. Yeah. And Real Ben says, I think he let Devin go, by the way. Oh, 100%. So her master could get taken out by the Inquisitors, and then she eventually comes crawling back to him. Well, 100%. He, in that scene, he's just goading her into becoming angry, right? I mean, there's even that scene where he trips her up and she falls down and she like slams her fist on the ground and you know, and then gets back up. Like, he's just goading her into starting that turn.
Well, so, yeah, and when she's ignoring him, he goes, he gets annoyed and he goes, well, at any point, Jedi, just leave. And like, she's like, what do you mean just leave? Like, I'm in this cell. And he's like, no, just go. You're free to go.
Yeah.
And like, he at no point was going to harm her during any, like, even that fight sequence. Like, that's why he's fighting literally one arm behind his back. And like, but he wanted her to be ingenuitive, and like, he's like, yeah, like, yes, this door is locked, but you can leave.
Right.
And
you'll find a way.
She had to figure it out, because the world is not going to be kind to her. Like, her master, when given what happens in the first episode, is like, yeah, just let them arrest you. Like, we don't need any trouble. Like, Jay, just go to jail, go directly to jail, do not pass go, do not collect $200.
Yep.
Because the world's not being kind. Like, I mean, he's like, he's asking what, the droid for help or whatever, and the droid immediately tells him to go F himself in the Star Wars language.
100%. Yep.
Like, it's not a good society. And like,
no, that goodness, that the goodness that the Jedi Master wants to still live by, like, it isn't there now that the Empire has taken over everything. Like, it's not there anymore. And you're going to see Devin start to like realize and think about the things that Maul is saying, and start to come to the conclusion, like, I think Maul's right about a lot of this. Like, what he's saying makes sense.
Yeah. Like, this isn't Allstate. We're not in good hands.
Exactly. Give Dave truth serum, and his 100% biggest regret was taking him out during Rebels. I don't know though, because I feel like that was Star Wars is very poetic and it rhymes a lot, right? And it's very the way they do things is poetic. And I think the way that you had that end, especially when you know, like you hear like Sam Witwer's explanation of that end, where he tries to go for the young Obi-Wan, right? And he does his stance and then he changes it up. He's like, I'm not that guy anymore, right? And then he goes to the Qui-Gon stance, right? And kind of tried to goad Maul a little bit into coming at him. Like there's just a lot of poetic beauty in that end scene, I think.
Yeah.
He says, I'm saying, I think from practical purposes, not from Star Wars perspective. I think Dave would have had him in one of these live action projects if he would have would have known things went this way. Yeah, maybe. What do you think, Clone Force? Media. I'm so used to calling you Clone Force.
It can still be either. Just Clone Force, the channel still exists.
Whoa, what's going on here? This is weird. What's up, twin sons? How are you?
Doing well. How are y'all?
Doing well, man. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, man. We're just talking Star Wars and the Maul show. What are your thoughts on the Maul show so far, man? Now that we're 4 episodes deep.
I'm absolutely loving it. This is the most excited I've been for new Star Wars content since season 1 of Mando.
Dang.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I've loved other Star Wars projects since then, but like how excited I am to see the next episode.
Yeah.
That's where I'm at. Like it's close to a 10 out of 10 so far for me. Like it's incredible.
Yeah. We were talking on the live stream with Django and Empress and JT, and we're just like, dude, like even the animation style, like some of like the Clone Wars and stuff that you have are like a perfect animation type style where everything is like inside the lines, right? But this like almost feels like a smeared like video game type feel, and it is so amazing. I love the art feel of this and the dark grittiness.
I was talking to someone the other day about it, and we came to the conclusion that it feels painted.
Yes.
Like like you can see and feel the brush strokes of everything. The lightsabers, like when Maul ignites his, almost feel sloppy. Like I know that sounds like it has a negative connotation with it, but like
in a good way.
Like you said, gritty is perfect to describe it. It's messy. I like it.
Yeah, dude, that scene
was the one thing I picked up in like the first episode because I didn't do a video on it, but I did write like an IMDb like review for it. And I wrote like one of the first things that you see is like it feels like it's a 2D video, like a 2D image. And then next thing you know, the buildings are coming to life in front of you, and the things in the foreground are starting to take 3D effects, much like kind of how they did a lot of things originally, even though this is an animated show, and the animation kind of feels like what they did. I don't remember their names because I thought they were cool at first with Ahsoka, but then they got annoying. But like the animations for the people kind of remind me of the animations they tried to use with those sisters.
Oh, the Night Sisters?
No, not the Night Sisters. It's the like they were like the junk traders or whatever who like keep stealing stuff and like we're getting Ahsoka into trouble.
Oh, like, during like the final season of Clone Wars, like that.
Oh yeah.
Oh shoot, I
forget what the sisters.
I know who you're talking about. I blocked their names out of my mind.
But like
with the animation style of the people, kind of look like those sisters.
Yeah. And the like the lightsaber fight they have in the balcony when like he ignites his red one and then the blue ones ignite and you have that that blue and red clash. And they even give like a perspective view, like looking up towards the balcony, and you can see the blue and the red. And it was like, dude, this is so cool. Like,
I want to say that's like the first time we've seen someone who's not involved in a lightsaber duel see the glow of lightsabers and not necessarily see the like fight happening quickly, but see the glow and be like, oh, that's where they are, or that's what's happening.
Yep.
It was a really cool moment. Like, I really
it was really cool. Did any of you guys see the video I posted on my Instagram story earlier this morning?
This morning? No, I haven't seen that one.
Okay, I'm going to let's see if I can pull it up here. It was
check socials real quick.
No, you're good. You're good. I can pull it up and share it with everybody here. Um, it was incredible. Like I didn't think of this. I didn't see this, but once they pointed it out, I was like, "Holy crap! They're right." Let me. And it has
Is it
to
about the
do
flute thing?
the what?
I don't know, something with the flute. The Ray side said that there was like a sound being played that was like
No,
similar to Attack of the Clones in the chase scene.
no. Let's see. I'm pulling it up right now. Boom. And this right here. Okay. Unmute that. Turn it up. Okay. I'm going to share my screen here with you guys. Let's see. Share screen. We're going to go here. Okay. Should also share the audio. Okay. So right here, this video here.
This is the force push when she finally loses it in this first kind of seduction moment in episode 3. Watch Maul. Did you catch it? Watch it slower. Watch his body. You see that?
Was it like a chromatic aberration? Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
It separates the red, green, and blue as he gets pushed back. So it's not just a motion blur, but the 3 different color channels go at different times. And there's also some other effect on there. But it's like she knocked the Sith out of him.
Mm.
You know, it's like the spirit separates. And the green pushing, I just rewatched last night when Mother Talzin brought him back. And I'm thinking about all the green mist of the Night Sister magics. Watch again. Watch the green come out of him in super slow motion.
That's wild, dude.
Oh, dang. Yeah.
It's one of those things where you have to wonder, did the animators just think it was cool? Or as they were doing it and coming up with this, were they like, ooh, what if it means this?
Okay,
Isn't that wild?
That's pretty cool. So,
Right?
Ooh, that's tough.
I'm on the page, or I'm on the side that they did not do it on purpose. I think we as Star Wars fans just read way too hard into things.
Okay. That's fair.
I'm in the similar boat. I think they did it more of like an artistic style. I think it goes with the gritty artistic feel
Yeah.
of the animation style.
Yep.
I mean, it maybe we've only seen 4 episodes. We got a lot more show to watch, even this season before season 2. But for now, I think I'm gonna stay in the camp of like I think it's an artistic style choice.
Yeah.
As cool as it would be, though, like
the thought behind it, I thought was amazing.
Yeah, it is. It is really cool that someone noticed that. Like, that's actually insane.
Yeah. I was like, I saw that this morning across my feed and I was like, holy crap. Like, regardless if this is like actually true or not, the thought behind it, I thought was like, this is really cool. Like, because there's some like when, especially with the Mother Talzin and like the green mist bringing Maul back to life. Like, I was like, dude, that's so cool. I like that thought.
I would not have made that connection without watching that video. That's insane.
Right?
That's why I love episodes so many times.
Right?
Like, I don't think I would never have made that connection.
Yeah. And we were just talking, Media and I were just talking about that. Like that scene there. That's like that whole scene where he like shuts off the lights and you hear his voice around the room. And he's like, Media, you pointed this out yesterday. And I'm going to let you kind of diatribe on this as far as like, that's him as the real Phantom Menace there. But like kind of he goads her into getting angry, and she even has that one where she falls down and she like slams her fist on the ground and she's and she gets back up and is like absolutely just pissed, like I love that. I thought that was so cool.
Well, I think you pretty much said it for me though. Like in what I was saying yesterday, like he is the Phantom Menace in this. Like he's not this established like Sith Lord character to her. Like he's literally just a phantom. He's coming and going. He's getting into her head. He's being more to her in these scenes than I think she could even that she can even fathom, because like he's really just Like, I mean, he's just coming and going, and he's saying all these things to her, but he's saying them. He's not saying them in a way that's lying, and he's not saying it in a way that's trying to convince her. He's using all of her Jedi knowledge against her. Like,
Yep.
you're supposed to take up this fight. Like, it is your
Yeah.
duty to do this.
Yep.
Like, why do you not want to destroy the guy who why
Took
do you not
everything
want
away.
to destroy the guy who took everything away from you? Because that's what I want to do. I want to destroy the guy who took everything away from me. And in this moment, it's Palpatine who's taken everything away. Because, like, as of right now, he's gotten his revenge on Obi-Wan. He killed, what's her name? Satine?
Yeah.
He killed Satine.
Yeah.
And, like, ultimately, like, there's probably, and in his mind, I think as of right now, I don't think that he knows that Obi-Wan survives. I think it's something that comes later, and maybe finds out later in this show that Obi-Wan survives, and then that's when it changes, because, like, in this moment, he knows Order 66 has happened. Like, he was obviously there on Mandalore when it all went down, and then he escapes, and he just probably assumes that Obi-Wan died with everybody else.
Right.
So
Yep.
now, like, in his mind, the only person he's after is Palpatine, because in his mind, he's the only one left living.
Yeah. I like Real Ben's comment here. The most important thing about having a positive Star Wars project like this is that people are just theorizing and speculating versus fighting over stupid stuff. Yes,
It's what happens when you get a good Star Wars project, in my opinion.
100%.
It's a lot easier to talk about the positives, and obviously at some point I will probably find something to complain about with the show, but I guarantee it is going to be so minor and like small, assuming they don't drastically change the direction of the show in the next
More a matter of
whatever.
like small preferences than anything
exactly.
else. Yeah.
But so far, I think it was. I've seen each of those episodes probably like 3 or 4 times each now.
Yeah.
Just trying to dissect them and really get the first viewing was like an experience just to like sit back and enjoy it, and then the second time was okay, what did I miss? And then so on and so on.
Yeah.
But I love how they are reusing different or specific I don't want to say tropes, but like camera angles with the scene you were talking about earlier when Devin was like climbing out of the pit.
Oh yeah.
And then we see Maul, like the camera is between Maul and Devin, where we just see his silhouette from in front of her.
Yep.
They've used that like 2 or 3 times now, and I get chills every time.
They've used it for Vader in the Rogue One shot there with director Krennic. What else?
So good.
Yeah, it's so cool.
It's just how
It's
to
menacing.
strike fear. Exactly. Strike
Yeah.
fear into somebody without like telling the character saying, "Oh, I'm scary. You should think you should be scared of me." Blah blah blah.
The other scene that I loved that was like almost horror like, and I loved it, was when he's going through the police station, Maul is, and Devin's in the jail cell, and he's sitting there and they're walking away, and all of a sudden he feels her presence and he just goes boom, and he looks straight into her cell, and I'm like, holy crap, and she like backs away to the wall. It was like, yo, that is sick. I love every bit of that.
Because I mean, I want to know more about like what she's heard of Maul. Like how familiar are, I guess, up until before Order 66 were the Jedi with Darth Maul? Like everybody assumed he was dead after episode 1, and then obviously all the stuff on the Clone Wars, he kind of made his presence known again, and then it was just kind of like, who really knows what's going on? Obviously they had a lot bigger things to worry about during Order 66, but like I feel like that's a bedtime story for some of the Padawans or younglings even.
Yeah.
Did they
100%.
ever learn his name in episode 1?
I don't.
Like, when do they learn that his name is Maul?
Oh, that's tough.
Because Maul barely speaks in episode 1. Like, it's just a fight. Like, he does, like, Ray Park does not speak much in that.
I don't think they ever actually learn his name. I don't think they ever actually learn his name. He's just a
No.
Phantom Menace. He's just a Sith. They just
Yeah.
assume, obviously,
They
because of the red
don't. They,
lightsaber, that he's a Sith. I don't think they ever
they-
actually get his name.
I think they assume that he is like the Sith Lord.
Yeah.
Because once he's gone, they're like, okay, the Sith Lord's gone, you know. And then he's like, no, there's always two of them. And then
Yeah.
they wondered, they're like, okay, who do we kill, the master or the apprentice?
Yeah. Yeah, they
And
don't
then-
ever actually
and then they
get
get
his
back.
his name. I'd be interested to find out when they actually when they first learn his name.
Yeah, I'm about to search that up.
That's a really good question.
I was about to do the same thing, but I didn't have my phone.
Wrath, you know, you and I talked a little bit before, but like I asked Twin Sons and I asked Media, like 4 episodes deep, your general thoughts on the mall show, man. Like, I know you're a big mall connoisseur and Bantha, but you know,
Dude, I mean, it's like the hardest question to answer. I feel like, I mean, I can't even put into words like what this show has done to revitalize just kind of like that nostalgia for one. You know, it reminds me the first time I started watching Clone Wars and started watching Rebels, but it's like on a scale that neither of those shows I think ever peaked at.
yeah,
I mean, at least for me, like the Siege of Mandalore stuff was kind of like peak Clone Wars. And you know, getting to see him involved in like with Gar Saxon and all those guys was like that for me was peak, just because I'm such a Mando guy. Like, but just, bro, I just like it's every week I'm like, okay, this is the best episode, and then the next week happens, and I'm like, okay,
maybe this is the best episode.
we're still riding the summit of the roller coaster, you know. And it's
Right.
like, now that we know we're getting season 2, it's like,
Yeah.
brother,
Yeah.
like are we just gonna keep going through the proverbial ceiling, or what is going on? Like,
Yeah.
and
That's another thing too that I've been meaning to say, because this season is halfway over now. That with them already announcing a season 2, and we talked about this yesterday, that I think a lot of issues could be fixed just by committing to a season 2 no matter what, is that
Mhm.
no matter what doesn't happen in this season, you know that they can pick it up and continue it with next season. Like, you know that there's going to be a next, where everything else has felt like, other than The Mandalorian and Ahsoka and the animated stuff, like all the other live action shows felt like it was a one and done miniseries.
Mm.
yeah,
Also,
I didn't think we were
it
gonna
is
get season 2
considered
of
that
Ahsoka.
Newt Gunray tells them
Ah,
during an interrogation. Yeah, it's
okay.
widely considered through interrogation that Newt Gunray is the one who gives up the name of Maul.
It's probably a
Interesting.
deleted scene or some scripting.
Yeah,
something.
I
Yeah,
guarantee
yeah.
they filmed it. I guarantee they
Yeah,
filmed
something
it.
you
It
don't
seems like
see.
They filmed everything, and then just kind of, at least in terms of the prequels and like especially Revenge of the Sith, just kind of like cut all this stuff that they were like not 1,000% like wasn't essential to the story in a way.
Yeah.
I do have an interesting question for y'all though.
Yeah.
Or comment and question rather. At what point do you think, like, obviously with the first 4 episodes, everybody seems to be pretty happy with it, but at what point do you feel like Maul's story needs to kind of be done? Do you think like after season 2 it should be good, or what? Because
Media and I were talking about this a little bit, like, and my thoughts kind of bleed into the end, but like where they have him dying in Rebels, you need to keep that. You cannot retcon that in any way, shape, or form. So I would think, in my opinion, like season 2, like, I don't know, personally, I would think you would end it at that Rebels, kind of blended into that end of the Rebels at there where he's in the desert, you know, and he's looking for him. He's Kenobi, you know, like he's back there again, or, you know, that's kind of where I lean on that end.
okay,
If they do every season as a year, and there's 19 years between
True.
if there's 19
Ooh,
years, then
I didn't think of that
technically
aspect.
they could give us 18 seasons. I think realistically they should not go any more than 6 or 7 seasons on the show.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I agree.
See, I
could see that.
I'm gonna go off on a little tangent, but it'll loop back. I promise.
Go for it.
The reason
hold
I
you to that.
didn't absolutely love the Kenobi series, I enjoyed it. There were parts I really liked. There were other parts that I just really didn't. Is because going into that show before even watching any episodes of it, felt like not every single second of every single character's story needs to be told.
Mhm.
They're like, I didn't think the Kenobi series was a story that needed to be told, and I think with some ambiguity and some like gray areas where we don't necessarily know exactly what happened, leave that up to interpretation, or leave that up to a book, or I don't know, let some fan go crazy and figure it out. We know where he stopped in Rebels, and then know where, like, we know, like, for all intents and purposes, we know every major point of Obi-Wan's story.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
The Kenobi series to me didn't add anything major. It had some really cool moments, some really cool Obi-Wan and Vader and Obi-Wan and Anakin almost scenes, and some flashbacks, but like it wasn't crucial. And that's what I'm worried that Maul could get into if it drags out.
The only
Like,
one point
multiple seasons over and over. I don't want that to happen with him.
Right. 100%. The only one thing I'll say to that is the only moment in that Kenobi show, I mean, the whole Vader thing and Obi-Wan at the end was awesome.
Absolutely.
The one part of that moment, though, that I think was very, very much needed was Obi-Wan's closure that in his mind, Anakin was dead. Right?
That's
that
right.
one point, I think, was huge in that, because then you see him again. The next time he sees him is in A New Hope. And
Right.
he's it's not Anakin. That's Darth Vader. That's the evil man. He's more machine now than man, twisted and evil, right? Like that's that point, I think, comes from that where he's like, Anakin's gone, I'm what remains, and he's like, well, goodbye, Darth. You know, he ends that with calling him Darth.
I think it's crucial there too, because it's like we get to that point and then it's like, okay, you know, we're not holding on to what has been.
Right.
He kind of redials himself in like he does multiple times throughout his story. It's like, okay, so now my mission is I'm going to go protect these kids, allow them to grow, and we're going to take care of Darth Vader.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I'm concerned with. Like, I wouldn't be opposed to like 3 or 4 really good seasons of Maul, but me personally, I don't really want to see it drag out. I would rather have like some high impact, like high intensity episodes like we've gotten so far that are very fast paced and maybe don't necessarily take us up to Rebels.
Sure.
Or there's a time
Right.
skip in there or something, or I don't know, maybe there's a year gap between season 1 or 2. I don't know. A lot of speculation, but that's just my opinion on things.
I think it'll end perfectly when when he finds out that Obi-Wan's alive. And then that's the only thing you need to know that gets you into Rebels, because that's his purpose in Rebels.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, with this character, the only other place I could see them bringing him in and doing stuff with Maul in would be like telling the story of like the Crimson Dawn stuff.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
But I
I
feel
like
like that would have to be live action, in my opinion. As much as I love this animation and the story we're telling here, I feel like you go back and you finish that Han Solo trilogy, and then we get that in there.
Yeah.
I could see that. That'd be a fun
Because
project.
like, as much as I've absolutely loved Maul, I don't want him to be one of those characters where it's like we're almost at the point here with Grogu. It's just like too much is too much. Especially in the case of Grogu, where it's like, are we going to develop this character into something further, or is he just going to be this cute little bubbly kid that runs around with somebody toting him in his backpack?
Dude, so Media and I were talking about this last night in a private conversation. So I've been going through like the whole Thrawn like this Thrawn ascendancy, Thrawn alliances, like all of it. And after season 2 of Mando, I think that's where Grogu's story should have ended. He's with Luke. You could bring him in maybe a future episode where he comes across his path again for some reason. But like even bringing in something like, okay, the little Chiss girls, right? Like something happens where Mando is on a bounty and he comes across some little Chiss girls who are being held captive. Like one, as just a standard Star Wars fan, you're like, oh my gosh, that looks like Grand Admiral Thrawn, right? You don't need to be deep in the books. But for people who are deep into the books, such as myself, you're like, holy crap, that's a Skywalker girl. You know what I mean? Like, geez, like what has this got to do with the whole bigger picture? You know, like there are a lot of things I think we could do. Rather, obviously, Grogu's a money grab, and everybody loves baby Yoda and all this stuff. But like, yeah, I think there's more you could have done there. But
and I think they could have done that like every 2 seasons, introduce a new lovable, money-making character.
Right.
Yeah.
Like he always takes a bounty that leads them into some moral ambiguity where like he's like, okay, maybe I'm more than just a bounty hunter. Like I'll help out. Because like the Mando, even though it's framed that everything he's doing is good, he's a morally gray character.
Correct.
Yep.
Like he kills for money. So
yeah,
like though
And, like,
he's on a high and righteous mission, he's a morally gray character.
yeah.
And at any time that could kind of just flip, you know.
Yep. John Ryan, who's working on these movies and stuff, along with one of our other friends, says Obi-Wan has a lot more story compared to a show like Mando, and that's coming from someone who worked on it. Disney is doing a lot of fan service, but Obi did have a lot of missing holes in the show. But Optic, what are you feeling about the Maul show 4 episodes deep?
Man, it looks cool.
I feel like that's the general consensus. Like
Yeah.
I haven't heard anyone who's unhappy with it so far.
Right?
You know what? Exactly. I've not heard anyone. Well, I lie. There was one person who was kind of hating on it, but
Really?
I ignored it. I don't remember who it was. Don't care. Yeah, that's how I feel.
I would love to
No.
hear their
Must
points
be
as to
wrong.
why they dislike it. Like
To be
I can't
cool
even
and edgy.
argue the adverse. Like I'll be honest with you. Like I was saying in the beginning, my number one opinion, like if I get to choose, Maul stays dead after episode 1. But we have this, and I really enjoy this, and I could not, even with that being like my first choice, could not argue against the show.
he's like the prequel. Maul is just the prequel version of Boba Fett, where he's a cool looking dude who doesn't really say anything
100%.
and then
He's
just
got an aura.
dies. Like it's
Except this time he didn't come back and be like super weak based loser.
Yeah.
the
Geek
stone cold killer nature is
Yeah.
still
Geek
intact.
Ledger has a good question for us. He says, where do
Ooh.
y'all think this show ends? Because I think the only logical ending is Maul getting stranded on Malachor.
I thought you said Heath Ledger at first, and I was like,
Right?
Yeah, that Malachor thing. That's what I figured, because I mean that's where we kind of pick up with him again. There was the a Star Wars theory, I guess, did a video on that as far as him possibly not dying against Obi-Wan on Tatooine. Do you guys hear about that?
I don't
No.
One of the
I haven't heard
creators
that.
said
No.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
one of the creators said that there's potentially Maul survived that, and I'm like,
I wouldn't like
I
that.
think that
No, he
discredits.
needs to stay dead.
I think it
can't
discredits
slice
him
him
as a
horizontally,
character.
can't slice him vertically.
Yeah.
I think if you
You're just
take
gonna
away
have
the
to
fact that he dies
strap
there,
him to one of those depth charges and just shoot him out of Slave One to blow him up. And then maybe he'll die.
just
Any way
launch
you
him into a
slice it.
star or something. I don't know.
It's like
Even
Even
then,
Maul
he'd
and
come back and
Alderaan
be like-
still survives.
He'd come back and he'd be like, "I swallowed the star." He's like, "Oh, brother, get this guy out of here."
Oh, brother.
Real Ben says if he survived that, then that means he's got to be coming to live action.
No,
Well, where was that? What's that Sith that like lived on just pure pain and suffering? Like
Scion.
basic. So I mean, it could be like that. His hate
Nah.
his
Nah.
pain could just keep him
'Cause
alive.
we're not. I love
No.
Maul. I love Maul. I love Maul. But if they do some whack crud like that and take him and use like like here's my thing, right? We have these legacy and expanded universe characters. We have the Old Republic Siths. It would be a travesty if they go, I like the idea of that character, and now let's dumb it down and use like a legacy character. Like, come on,
Yeah.
bro.
I
Character
also
development.
think it would
Yeah.
mess with the power balance of the universe. It's like, okay, well, how is I'm gonna play like devil's advocate here. So like, okay, how does Darth Maul get the same like powers and abilities as Darth Nihilus, for example?
Right.
And then you're telling me he can't take out Palpatine? What?
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
come on. So yeah, I just
The only way I can defeat you is to outlive you.
yeah.
Shut up, Kiadi Mundi.
Five head.
That dude's a 7-head, man.
Yeah, and that kind of media that kind of blends into a little bit what we were talking about last night again, as far as like the books and the movies and them never adapting. And I'm gonna let you kind of go on that little bit of a diatribe again.
Well, it's not really a tangent. It's just like it's kind of the one simple truth of Star Wars is that Star Wars will never be a franchise that takes any of the books, no matter how much we love them, and turns it into a movie. Like if you want a book that's turned into a movie, like watch Project Hail Mary, watch Harry Potter, watch Lord of the Rings. Like
Like
those
1-for-1 movie.
are the movies. What movie?
Like you're
Hi,
saying
everybody.
you're never gonna take the actual one of
Book,
one
word.
concept from the book
Yeah.
and like
Right.
word for word put it into a movie.
Right, but Raph,
Yeah,
like what you were
absolutely.
saying, sometimes they like to take little snippets of characters
Yes.
and things we like, and they'll put it into other characters, and you're like, bro, like come on, like
But see, that's the thing that's crazy to think about too. It's like we like the snippets of those things because of the characters they're attached to. So to strip it from that character and then just inject it into something else, it's just whack, bro. It's
Yeah.
so whack.
yeah.
You know-
Geek Ledger says, I've heard rumors that Sam Witwer may take over for Maul in live action when the Lando movie actually happens.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say he will because Ray Park is not need to be on a screen right now.
I don't think
No.
Disney is a huge fan of him right now.
I don't
No,
think
Yeah.
anybody's a huge fan.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw all of his appearances for the rest of the calendar year got pulled, rightfully
Yeah.
so. In my
Kyber,
opinion.
I know you have a short amount of time, but just give us your overall thoughts on the Maul show 4 episodes deep.
I've been enjoying it so far. I feel like there's a lot of ground that still needs to be made in it. It's still very early in the show. I mean, we got like 2-3 more weeks of shows before we're done. So we're maybe halfway through it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've liked it so far. I keep feeling like we're going to eventually see Palpatine. I just feel like that's the end game of this season.
Yeah.
But
Okay. It is very, very entertaining for sure. We were talking about earlier the dark grittiness of it, and like almost
beautiful
the-
animation.
Yeah, it's almost like a smeared painting kind of animation, like on a
Yeah.
video game.
I like the skin on like Maul. Like it's got
Yes.
different accents of reds to it and stuff. Not
It's like a
that
level
way.
What do you mean by
It's like
that?
a level that
What do you mean by that?
or like a it's like a it's Clone Wars but like more gritty and
On
the
crack.
art
Yes.
just changed. Yeah, on crack. Perfect.
yeah.
I love it. It's more like Clone Wars on methamphetamine and fent.
Right.
Pretty
JT, our good buddy here, JT, appreciate you joining. JT says, "Never say never. Son of Dathomir was a cut episodic series arc turned at least into a comic book. Can be done, but the odds are shadowed by the bag."
I just think the poetic justice of this is like Bob is gone now, and he was like, "Oh, Old Republic's too dark and weird," and then it's like Maul, boom,
Yeah,
we
it's
love it.
Yep.
Let's revive the angriest person in recent Star Wars canon. Like, make him angrier.
But even with this, like I guess to counter that from the Bob perspective, Bob, even though he's gone as of March, is not gone till the end of the year. Like, so it's not really like a Bob or just like a one person thing. I just think that like sometimes they say things and it gets taken out of context of what maybe they were trying to truly mean.
Oh, for sure. I think Sam's comments even got taken out of context before the show. People are like, "Oh, they're gonna make Maul like super lame because he said Maul doesn't know what's going on in this time and he's reevaluating his relationships with characters." I'm like, that's like this much of what he said.
I love the way that Maul is, and again, we talked about Media and I talked about this at the very beginning. Was he's not just rushing in. He's not the former Maul, where he's just this very arrogant, very like so sure and full of himself. Like he still is, but he's much more cold and calculated now. He's much more like, I'm thinking things through. I'm 5 steps ahead of you, like almost Thrawn-esque.
There's
in
a
the way
chess
that
game
he
involved.
moves. 100%.
He's
I think
playing that
that's
long game, man.
What makes him so scary right now?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we've seen his lightsaber and force
Hey, what's up,
abilities.
Orlando?
We've seen him take down plenty of people in the Clone Wars. Like, yeah, we know his physical abilities, but like when he's determined to do something like this and is not letting anyone or anything get in his way, I think that this is going to be Maul at his absolute peak.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean,
100%.
like prequels Maul would have seen Vario and just been like, "Yeah, womp, you're done."
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
Yep.
but now
Bro.
he's like
Wrath.
he's like using him as a tool to unlock the
Mhm.
gates, just take everything he wants.
Yep.
Wrath, I'm about to send you an image I sent to Swoon earlier because I was like, I had like Fox had some like animation show on and it was like a fish person, and I was like, look, I don't know the name of this show, but I found Vario.
Oh
I'm
god.
sending it to you. I'm sending it to you right now.
I was like pleasantly surprised too how much like Rook was involved. I didn't know they were going to put Rook this much into the show, and I loved Rook and like
Yeah.
Clone Wars.
Yeah. Dude, I also love, I'm not going to lie, I love Two Boots. The fact that he sits there with an empty cup of coffee just to be like part of the gang, you know, is just like, that's
I don't
hilarious to me.
drink this.
I don't drink this, but you know, I'll sit here with you. Like, I love that. Like,
The voice actor is dope too.
yeah.
I
Is
couldn't,
that Squidbillies?
show it because I'm using a teleprompter or whatever. So you guys are on the prompter, so I would have just reflected.
Yeah. It is kind of funny that when he hopped out of that suit, I was like, whoa, okay, was not expecting that. I thought it was like some alien who was like attached to the suit in some way, you know what I mean? Like half robot, half alien kind of a thing. Nope. That's
I was telling Swoon too. He's low key probably the best character in the show so far. Like he seems like he has like the best story. He's got a lot to him, dude. He's basically Steve Buscemi in Star Wars.
it is. I will say I don't think he has like the best story, but I am curious in the fact of like how someone like
How
that
did he get
is in the
there?
position he's in.
Exactly. What happened?
Right. 100%. How did it get?
Kill him now.
Dude, I forgot.
that.
I was rewatching the episode on your stream, and I forgot that Maul told him he would let him go, and then Vario turns in and like tries to kill him. It's like, bro, you were so close to leaving, and now like you have to die because like you
Oh no,
shot him.
he's in. He's in. Like he's all in on this
was-
stuff. Like
That was all part of the plan, I think.
he's down. He's down with like Maul's
Yeah.
sickness.
Yeah. One of the other things I'll say about Maul right now is not only is he most cold and calculated, but I also think he's the most in touch with the Force he's ever been. Like you said, Twin Sons, at his peak. There's that scene where he's threatening Vario and he's got his back turned to him. And he's got his hands behind his back and he lifts up that thing of gold without even looking at him and drops it, boom, right in front of him. I mean, this far from him. And just he's so in touch with the Force and with what's going on. It's just absolutely incredible.
I think
I was
that as
saying
well
this-
as. Oh, go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead.
Sorry. No, you first.
No worries.
Okay.
I'll go.
I was
guys.
saying this to Swoon that I was like, Maul is the strongest character in Star Wars when other main characters aren't around. Like if he's
Yeah,
doing
that's
his
true.
own thing, even in Clone Wars, it's like the things that he does are unimaginable when nobody else is around.
He
'Cause,
plays
like,
off others really good too.
Yep.
Like
he's gonna
everything
slice
between him and
an
Ahsoka was
AT-ST in
great.
half.
But it's, bro, I can't help but think in the back of my mind, it's like, what if like Palpatine actually trained him and like didn't just teach him enough to be a weapon?
Just
for him?
leave him and
Right.
like, yeah, whatever. He's probably all right.
Yeah. Pretty powerful stuff right there. Twin Sons, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, like, piggybacking off of what you were saying with Maul being so in touch with the Force right now. I forget if it was episode 1 or 2, but the part where he hasn't met Devin yet, but he's talking about feeling a presence, and he's nowhere near her.
Yeah.
Like, physically, they are not in the same space, like barely in the same city.
Yes.
It's like,
Yeah, it was like right before they went to the prison, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's talked about it, and he just feels like he's up until that point, like he was searching for someone. Obviously, it seems to be Devin so far, but just that little hint, I was like, wow, okay, we get to see a little bit more in tune with the Force side. That and the whispering sabers.
That's insane.
Later, and I was like, what is going on here?
Yeah.
Do you guys think that maybe he might see a little bit of Ahsoka in Devin?
Ooh.
Like that one that got away? Because he really wanted to train Ahsoka.
Yeah.
I think the Ahsoka plot part there was really more of him, like, he comes to fruition and his understanding of, like, oh, this is what's really happening. Like, okay, nobody else messes with me. Maybe I can manipulate this person, but I don't think he was strong enough to do it. Whereas, like, I think he can eventually get Devin on his side.
Yeah. Yep.
Did you guys see? Sorry, there was another video where they were going frame by frame, and when Devin force pushes him, she like knocks the
we went through that earlier.
Yes, we just watched that a little bit earlier. Whether that's true or not, that is incredible. Like, such a cool thing to think about. That if that's true or not.
Just see how strong she actually is.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about that too. Like, I love the way he goads her, and he's getting that angry Sith out of her, and she slams the floor and gets angry, like.
And then does a breakdance move, and then she's up.
Yep. She's very acrobatic. I will say that, like, a lot like Ahsoka, she's very acrobatic in the way she fights.
And I think, like, him coming into it, he was so determined to get an apprentice. That seemed like that's like his number one goal going in all this. I feel like he's just been rubbed the wrong way on, like, being, like, snubbed by Ahsoka. He's like, I need an apprentice to do this. So
yeah, 100%. Geek Ledger says, so Devin, if she falls to the dark side, she's totally going to be the canon version of Darth Talon, whether she gets the Darth title or not. I think this is going to be another situation like Wrath was mentioning, where they take things about characters that we really like and pull it out and throw it on another character. I think Devin's going to be that with Darth Talon. I think
they just pull the old switcheroo and she has nothing to do with anything.
Right.
There's really 3 possibilities if you look at it, right? 3 or 4, right? So what you just mentioned, giving her, like, the aura and the essence and, like, the ability of us to be like, that's Darth Talon, without being like, hey, this is Darth Talon. The other option is he finally gets the apprentice he's looking for and they kill her. Like, Vader comes in, kills her. And then maybe later on that's when we see him actually, and they do the Darth Talon part. And then the third one, I think, honestly, could be him manipulating her to the point where she does something and then realizes the error in her actions and tries to
turn back.
Her.
Yeah, which I don't want. I want a full, like, dark side turn with her.
Yeah.
I don't want any recourse. I want she fully turns.
I'm okay with it either way. I just want them to do that. Like I've mentioned before, it's like, if we're gonna pick dark, let's pick dark and we'll stay dark. If we're gonna pick she doesn't turn, then keep that. Like, I don't want this flippy floppy, this week I'm bad, this week I'm not, this week I'm bad, this week I'm not. Like, we have too much of that.
100%. Yeah.
If Devin does turn, what do you think is going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back? Like, what is it going to be that
I think
gets her to snap?
Well, I don't know about gets her to snap, but we were talking about, like, what is the thing that she has to do where she finally makes the final turn, and we were thinking something like she has to kill her master.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Like, there comes a moment where she has to choose and she kills her master.
Like, if he's trying to kill, like, if I personally don't think he's making it out of that alleyway. I think he's
I think he dies on his own too.
Where he got kicked to now, he's like Deathstrokes now. Like he can't even walk, he can't do anything. So let's say if he does make it out, I feel like it could be a possibility where like he goes to seek revenge on Maul, is about to kill him, and then we get that Anakin Mace Windu where she's like,
Split second.
Boom, done.
I need him.
I need him.
Hey guys, I got to get out of here. I have a whole case of Breaker's Delights to go sort, so I'm gonna go do
Sounds
that.
good. Kyber, thanks for joining, man. Guys, go check him out on Whatnot. Heat Seekers, Card Breaker. Appreciate you guys. He's also on Fanatics, so go check him out. Appreciate you joining, Kyber.
Later,
see you guys.
Have a good night, guys.
Shut that door.
You're letting bugs.
The air condition the whole neighborhood. What's going
on,
man?
Orlando Dove says, also, I can't wait to see what they do with the Inquisitors now. Episode 6 dropping tonight is called Inquisition. So I reckon we can see some Inquisitors action.
I did not see the episode titles. That's cool.
The next time we see Merrick, he's a fart cloud. Okay. I think I have a theory that at least Merrick might be some sort of that like Palpatine's first attempt, because realistically, right? If you look at all of the Inquisitors as a whole, they are very Maul-esque. In a way, he's kind of taken the essence of Maul and kind of made him into this squad of Mauls, because I think he's at this point where he's like, 7 is better than 1, and there's too many Jedi to hunt down. So I wonder if at least Merrick might be like some sort of like clone of something, or like because we saw in like Obi-Wan, right? And with the whole Tanis thing, like he's collecting essences and body parts and like full bodies even. I'm wondering if he's originally like a clone, and then maybe that essence is just kind of like he's found a way to utilize that in like a Abeloth Nihilus-esque way, because the fart cloud did remind me of just like pure Sith essence, in a way, at least from like the EU Legends perspective. Like,
I love this comment. Getting kicked in the stomach and dying is a crazy sad death for Daki. Apparently you can get stabbed in the stomach multiple times and live, but getting kicked in the stomach, sorry, dude, you're dead.
When
you can't beat Optimus Prime, bro.
when the writers say it's your time to die,
did he die?
He's dying.
I bet he's dying.
I just think he's hurt.
I think he's hurt. I don't think he's dying yet. I think there's still more to his arc, because I don't think Devin, if Daki dies like as a result of the most mild injury we've seen, I don't think it causes Devin to go like turn to the dark side.
Yeah.
Because she might, but she may not like be Maul's apprentice. Because if Maul is the one to kill her master, she is going to hate him forever and ever. And in my eyes, I feel like there's nothing that he can do to get her to side with him.
Is it really a mild injury that, like, if you think about it, because I've thought about this all, like, ever since he got his cybernetic legs, like, all the people that he's kicked with his strength, I'm like, bro, a kick in the chest by that should absolutely just obliterate any ribs that you have. But everybody else walks it off.
I feel like that injury with Devin having to take care of him is going to put her in some really precarious situations where it's going to force her to make some really hard choices.
Now you go to jail, old man.
And I'm kind of see, that's the thing that I'm trying to tie into with her experience, and when she turns is like he's literally just been like probably telling this girl what to do the whole time she's trying to even figure out who she is. Because if you think about it, I don't think she's at the point where she's gone through like the full formal like Jedi training.
No.
Right? So it's like she's still being molded and developed, and I feel like him being like, no, we do this way, we do this that way, and there's no kind of like model for her to be like, she probably hasn't been around long enough to be like at the temple seeing some of these legendary Jedi and the way that they carry themselves and kind of being indoctrinated in that way. I feel like there is a resentment there that like could be manipulated in a way.
I really like this comment from Orlando, and it totally makes sense. He says, I love how Maul has set this up, though. It frames the Empire in a bad light. What if the Inquisitors kill Daki? Now the Empire has killed Devon's master, taking away the Jedi Order. Maul is with her.
Yep. I think that would
And
be.
Maul's like, I'm on your side.
I like
Yeah,
Lawson.
See what they did.
He's kind of like, see what they did, see who they are. This is why you need to be with me.
Yeah.
And then even then, she's still gonna be like, no. Ooh.
Yeah, I feel like the one character we haven't talked about is Lawson, and he's the only one. Like I
That's
know
true.
he was never going to take Maul's deal,
Yep.
but he should have because, like, dude, the Empire, like, he truly knows that the Empire sucks.
Yep.
And his
100%.
ex-wife.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And Orlando actually commented earlier, the amount of times Lawson is seen staring at that hologram got me. At one point I knew he was about to cut, and I said, cut to Lawson obsessing over this hologram app, and it happened. But yeah, I really do. I do like the arc in that as well.
Yeah. Two Boots, or not Ben. Who's the traitor? Benedict Arnold. Benedict Two
Yep.
Boots.
Yeah.
Two Boots.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's tough for me because I see both. Like I mean, I understand and can sympathize with both Two Boots and Lawson. Like Lawson doesn't want to get the Empire involved for personal reasons, but also it's just like as soon as they get here,
His
it's
job
like
is gone.
yeah,
100%.
everything that he's been working on is just like, all right, you're done. You're out of a job, out of a career. Go flip burgers or something.
Right. 100%.
And he tells them the Empire doesn't just come to help; like they take over.
Exactly.
100%. Yeah.
And then Two Boots is like not only appealing to like the by the book method, but also like trying to appeal to Lawson, saying like we may very well be out of our depth here.
Yeah.
Like
He
I
sees
understand
through
that
the
you
power.
want to do this,
Yeah.
but not only just does the book say it, I'm scared that we might be too deep.
Yeah. So who do you think called the Empire on him? Because
Taboo.
Lawson,
He said he did.
He apologized
was
when
like,
they
"I'm sorry for
reunited
that,
at
but-"
the end. He was like,
Yeah.
"I apologize." And he's like,
gotcha.
forgive me for what
I did
Yeah.
not catch that. I was not paying attention close enough then, because I knew he obviously shut him down when he went to do it at first. So I did not catch that at the end. Okay, all right.
Yeah,
That's
he
what I
liked
think
his
anyway.
I hate Two
Commander-
Boots now. No, I'm just kidding.
He liked his own boot.
Dang, Two Boots. Real Ben says Lawson was looking at some Black Sun logos. Oh man.
That's cool.
Lawson was looking at a photo of Darth Talon.
Right.
Ooh,
Who is this?
when's she coming?
Right here. Real Ben says Merrick probably getting taken out tonight. Next week they go back to Vader, licking their wounds, and then the finale Vader. That's my prediction. So what are your guys' prediction as we now that we're halfway through? How do you think this first season ends?
Well, we're gonna see Merrick and the Crow though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of something completely wild and outlandish to predict. So, like, Merrick's gonna die. I think
Yeah.
like they're gonna like. Here's my outlandish prediction on how Night Sister energy gets inside Merrick. Merrick is going to either hurt Icarus or what's the other one's name? Skarn, whatever the other one's name.
Yeah.
And they're gonna like put their body like into Merrick,
Ooh.
like after they kill him, and then
Okay.
that's how the Night Sister fart cloud becomes a thing. And
Chris
then
Forsyth
Maul,
says no Vader.
and that's
Oh,
maybe how Maul avoids the Empire for the rest, because now they have an Inquisitor on the inside.
how crazy would it be? Did we see what happened to Savage Opress's body?
No,
No,
double
I don't think
stabbed.
so.
Yeah,
We know that
he
you
turned
can
back to
find-
normal.
What if Palpatine's been working on that behind the scenes?
Another one of his secret projects that we don't actually get to see anything come
Right.
from.
But yeah,
Does
after
he-
he turned back into
Bryant69 in the
weak
chat.
body.
Wrath, don't hurt yourself. I remember assembling my first saber.
Yeah, he chopped his umbilical cord off.
Real Ben says, heck with it. Let's go wild prediction. Sam Witwer is under contract. Forget Vader. The final boss is going to be Starkiller.
That'd be crazy if they canonized in this way. So my bold prediction is season 1 ends with Vader showing up, because they like to end seasons with cliffhangers and an expectation, a talking point, a lot of thing like that. And I think that's a big presence that, like, maybe seeing a silhouette or hearing a name mentioned or something, right as cut to black. Yeah, exactly. Or the breathing right as like cut to black would be a perfect way to end season 1. I don't think that they will fight or see each other in season 1. Maybe down the road. I think that'd be a really cool storyline to kind of work on.
Yeah.
But I feel like we haven't hinted at it enough yet. If he shows up like right now, yes, Maul's a big threat. Yes, ISB like locked the files and said like contact the Empire as soon as he's as Maul is seen. I don't think that the Empire or Palpatine specifically sees him as a big enough threat to send Vader on site.
No.
Especially if in their eyes there's not any proof yet. Like, it may be just sightings. I don't know.
Yeah. And I started a poll here, guys. Do you want to see Vader at the end of season 1? I actually have a couple of people that I know that do not want to see Vader.
I don't want to see him in this show, period.
Ooh, interesting.
I just don't think it's necessary.
What do you feel that is going to be the big is the big bad for the show just going to be the Inquisitors then, or where's Maul's like biggest fight going to be aside from just the Empire as a whole?
I don't think we're going to get it this season.
Okay.
I have like the Vader theory that I would have if we were to see him in the way that I would want to see him is end of this season. We've got like, let's say this week we get Devin kind of leaning towards helping Maul because the Inquisitors come and they're trying to kill both of them. And he's like, see, they sent soldiers after you, not me. And warps her that way. And then I would say if Vader's coming into it, maybe at the end of the season, like Devin gets captured and is presented to Vader on the ship. Or maybe Vader shows up and kills her. That's the way that I think that could be worked into it, because it would help explain why we see that fear in Maul of Vader. A little bit. I mean, we kind of have our own idea and theory because it's like, the whole just the way that they interacted before, and like the fact that he's realizing the prophecy and he's like, okay, that's Darth Vader is Anakin.
Yeah.
But I think this could help deepen that as well. To be honest with you, it's one of those things. It's like until this week ends, these next 2 episodes tonight, or tomorrow, I probably won't have like a thought through like actual way that I think it will end. Just because there's so many variables still at play here.
Fair.
But I think that would be like the way that would make sense if you were to bring in Vader at the end. If that's the route that they've chosen to go, I think that's what would make sense to me.
How about
fight him at all?
Yeah. How about you, Optic? I know you have to leave here pretty quick. What are you thinking, leaning towards? Are you leaning towards a Vader showing at the end, or where are you headed?
I want to see him in every episode, just out of spite of wrath.
I like that take. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's it. Just every episode, just like mowing people down.
I'm gonna take your tattoos off your skin in the middle of the night.
Whoa, hey.
You use them as a lampshade, or?
Yeah. Well, not like I'm not gonna scalp your body. I'm just gonna go with the laser remover thing and just.
Oh, just take them off. Thank you.
Wakes up. What happened to all my tattoos?
You in your sleep. Come on, bro.
That's what it sounded like, man. I was like, you're gonna lick the nipple part of your lampshade.
Oh,
He wakes back up, his skin's all clean again. He's like, "Am I dreaming right now?"
Time to
Like,
start over.
lampshade.
Yeah, we'll just
Bryant
start over.
69 says, "Someone get Wrath some help."
Yeah, I'm
There ain't no force in the
honestly, I'm
galaxy
taking
that can
these.
help me, brother.
I'm just taking these episodes, episode to episode. I didn't watch any of the trailers before the show even started. I was gonna do a reaction like some of you guys did, but I was like, nah, I'm just gonna watch the show, and I've been happy with that. So I'm just gonna take it episode to episode and see what happens, man. I don't really have a prediction.
What's your newest lightsaber optic? I know you got a new one somewhere.
Nah, I don't have anything new, man.
No, this dude's moving, man. He just got done. Are you done moving? Are you in your new place right now? Just not set up?
Are you in a closet?
Look at all my crap. I have to set my whole thing up right now.
Oof.
So yeah, I just got into my new place and I gotta set everything up. And once that's done, we'll probably get a new lightsaber. Actually, no, I need to catch up on the sabers I already have and review what I have because I'm spending a lot of money on this move.
Yeah.
Well, what was the last lightsaber you got? Because I feel like it's been like 6 months since you and I have been somewhere together.
Hey, yo.
I don't remember, man. It's been a while.
Wait,
Since
what? Can you explain? There's a little backstory here we need.
Were y'all hanging out
It was the
inside
last time
Star
since-
Wars Closet's closet?
Yeah. He trapped us there for a while.
Oh, man.
Yeah, man, I gotta head out.
Sounds good,
I'll catch
Optic.
you
Hey, thank you for joining. Appreciate you, man. It's good to
thanks
see
for
you.
having me. You guys have a good
absolutely. Hey, you too, Optic.
Bye, Optic.
Adios. I don't know
One-
how to use this thing.
One thing that I wanted to talk about as Optic sits there and tries to figure this out.
I struggled with that last night.
It says
Wouldn't let me
leave,
leave
and then you
last
hit
night.
OK.
There we go. He figured it out.
Hey.
One thing, I'm going to change gears here a little bit. Media, you brought this up. I've never heard you say this, and I want you to elaborate.
Uh-oh.
You said that in your mind, Luke Skywalker is the chosen one, not Anakin. I want to
Yes.
know why.
He's cute.
Because he is the one who truly brings, like, now you could be like, oh, what about episode 8? But like you could make other counterpoints against Anakin as well. He is the one who can truly balance both sides of the force. Anakin gets turned to the dark side. Anakin is either good or he's bad, where Luke is able to really balance both. Also, in that scene in the fight with Maul, with Obi-Wan in Rebels, he's like, oh, is he the one who's going to save us or whatever? And he asks him, is he the chosen one? And Obi-Wan goes, I believe he is. And he's not talking about Anakin. He's clearly talking about Luke in that moment. And Luke is the one who really goes on the journey. Like Anakin is just the obstacle in the way. Like Luke is the one who has to teeter knowing that his father is this person, but looking past it and then going, I can actually redeem him. I'm going to bring him back. I can see things that other people cannot and really go on this journey. And I think that if he wasn't the chosen one, he wouldn't be able to do it.
I disagree. Obi-Wan, fool me once, fault on me. Fool me twice, shame on you.
I mean,
he already said that. He already said the chosen one was Anakin.
That
So
and like I guess to kind of reinforce a little bit of this, like after the Battle of the Heroes fight, it was the line is like, you were the chosen one, because I mean he thought he killed him. He left him for dead. He was burning.
He gone.
Yeah. I
or Wendy.
I don't know. I still think Anakin is the chosen one because you see like the redemption right at the end.
Yeah.
Without
And
Luke, there is no redemption.
But Luke is the means to the end.
Yeah, like Real Ben says, Luke is the conduit, though, like George said, to bring his dad to the point to the end, the Sith.
Yeah, I think, I mean, there's a lot of people and characters that support Anakin in both ways, light side, dark side, good, bad, and somewhere in between. I don't think that I don't want to discount Luke as a character or his
do.
abilities or powers or anything like that. Incredible. But I don't personally think he's the chosen one. I think that his actions and his ability to balance both and see the good in his father helped, but not in a way that would make him the chosen one. Personally.
Right. It's
Yeah,
like,
but like
bro,
Anakin brings the darkest era in history to the galaxy. Like Anakin's like, you know what, like I'm gonna be part of the people who destroy the Jedi. And he brings on like the darkest imbalance in the history. And then when Obi-Wan and like I know you guys said like, oh, he's the catalyst or like the means to an end, but like Obi-Wan and Yoda think that Darth Vader has to die. Like, and Luke is like, no, like I'm not going to do that. And Luke is the one who also, after like realizing that if he continues down this path, he ends up like his father, like after he chops off his hand in Return of the Jedi, he's the one that makes the decision to throw the lightsaber, like in defiance, and is like making this decision, like, hey, I know that like I've gone too far, and like I'm gonna force my father to make a decision here. And I just like, yes, in those moments, like he is being the catalyst, but that's because he has the balance to do so. Anakin has no sort of control.
I would counter the argument with, after Anakin gets left for dead, I don't think he really has a choice other than to play along in this system, because it's like, dude has no appendages. Nobody loves him anymore. It's like, like if I'm kidnapped and I know there's no way I'm gonna get out of this situation, Stockholm syndrome. He's imprisoned within his own suit.
Yeah.
And there's no
He's stuck.
escape that other than death.
I mean,
So it's like I would argue that he's not conscientiously being like, okay, I get I'm a bad guy now, like I'm just gonna do this. Like he's stuck. He knows he's stuck and he knows he's screwed. So he does that because like Ben says down here, it's like he's already conflicted when Luke shows up, which means that kind of internal battle has already been there.
Yeah.
that, and I was reminded recently that Vader has no love for Palpatine.
No.
He does not. He's not just like buddy with him.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
So,
Even in the books I'm reading right now with Thrawn, there's so many instances, Thrawn Alliances where Vader and Thrawn are trying to work together, and Thrawn keeps bringing up General Anakin Skywalker when I met him, and like it keeps talking about Vader like just staring and like all these memories flooding over him of like Anakin Skywalker and all this stuff, and then he shakes his head and goes, "No, Anakin Skywalker is dead." Like he's constantly having to say that, right? It's like somebody who's like still not convinced that what happened. They have to constantly tell themselves, this is the way it is. This is the way it is. This is the way it is. And he's doing that throughout all the time that he's Vader. No, Anakin Skywalker's dead. No, Anakin Skywalker's dead. No, Anakin Skywalker's dead. And it's like, why do you keep having to tell yourself that if he's dead?
Yeah. Well, that's another thing. Like a lot of people are like, oh, Anakin and Vader are separate people, and I don't think they are. OTT was asking me this earlier. I don't know what video he's working on, but he's working on something. He's working on something with Anakin, and he asked me like, what scene in Revenge of the Sith is Anakin truly Vader? And I told him, I said, I truly believe that Anakin and Vader are on and off in that. Like, is he like, he does a Vader move when he kills Dooku, but he's Anakin when Padme comes to see him on Mustafar. But I think he's Vader when he hurts her. I think that he's Vader when he's fighting Obi-Wan. I think he's Anakin when he's asking in the suit what happened to Padme. I think that like the answer to that question, like in what moment does he turn into Vader is not an answer like that can be clearly given like for that, because it's like he's Vader when he's killing the younglings. He's Anakin when he's crying on Mustafar.
Boys, I gotta head out here. Yeah,
Raph, thank you for joining, sir. Guys, check us out tomorrow night, our stream 8 p.m. Central. After we're done watching the show, Wrath of Mandalore is actually going to join us to talk about the 2 new episodes. So it'll be a lot of fun. I'm super excited.
Yeah, I'll pop in after we do our schmutzel.
Heck yeah. Heck
All right,
yeah.
boys.
Appreciate you, Raph. Have a good night.
See you.
Goodbye. One of the things too that is really interesting. So reading this Thrawn Alliance's book, actually listening to it on Audible, but there's a scene where Thrawn and Vader are trying to find out. They're on Batuu, in the system of Batuu, and they're trying to figure out this disturbance in the Force that Palpatine has sent them on. And there's a part in there where Thrawn has an idea of what's going on, and he needs Vader's help, and he asks Vader to trust him. And there's a part where like Vader goes on this memory log of like all the times the Jedi, like that was their mantra, just trust in the Force, trust in all these things. Well, then come to find out, what they're going after are like 8 or 9 little Chiss girls who are potential Skywalkers who have been kidnapped by the Grisks. And Vader sees that, and there's a moment where like it doesn't actually reference it, but it kind of like alludes to like the whole like Jedi Temple thing, because it brings it up, and he asks Thrawn, he's like, why did you lie to me? Right? Like, why? And he's like, well, I didn't lie to you. I just couldn't tell you everything. He's like, well, that's the same as a lie. And it kind of brings up these feelings of like, is that in that moment? Because there's a moment where he's looking at the Chiss girls and he's just staring at them. And I always wonder in his mind if he's going back to the Jedi Temple when he killed those younglings, and he's looking at these little girls. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just cool stuff like that you're always wondering, like, is this Anakin? Is this Vader? Like, what are we? So there's always a conflict. Orlando says, to me, I refer to him as Vader when Palpy coins him Darth Vader. My dad thinks he's Vader when the suit comes on.
Yeah, it's an interesting kind of
That's what I see. Yeah, he's not even
point.
Vader in the suit, because he has to. Anakin is always both Anakin and Vader at all times. Like, because it's like
the
like
Phantom
they see
Menace
all these
movie
different
poster.
things. Yes. Yeah, that I mentioned that actually to OTT. I was like the Jedi sense the darkness in them. That darkness is always Vader. Like, so it's like, oh, like Obi-Wan's holding me back in Attack of the Clones. Like that's Vader. Like, that's Vader speaking. Like, yes, Anakin is saying.
The way that I explain it and think about it is this: when you have Anakin in Revenge of the Sith, and then through when he's Vader, it's an uncontrolled switching back and forth, right? Because it's based on all of his emotions at the time. Right. So he's constantly switching between the Sith eyes, everything between Vader and Anakin, and Vader and Anakin. And when you see him at peace is in the Ahsoka show, when he's going after Ahsoka to teach her a lesson, and he's Sith. And then after he realizes she learns it, he stops, he closes his eyes, and boom, he's back to Anakin. You know, like he's he's finally at peace with the both and, in a sense, you know?
Yeah. I don't. I think I don't think I personally would be able to put like a definitive like point in where he crosses that line and never returns, like where he is only Darth Vader, or like he becomes Darth Vader for the first time, if you will. I think for simplicity's sake, when he was coined the henceforth you shall be known as Darth Vader. It's simple, it's easy. We see him take a very dark, continue down the dark path in Revenge of the Sith very, very heavily and act as if Vader. Obviously, he has some more moments of internal conflict with his emotions literally getting the better of him at all times, it seems like. But Right. I like to think that was when he like first became Vader. Personally, I
Yeah.
can see multiple sides of the argument. But
Yeah. Well, then in the Obi-Wan show too, like that's like Palpatine's big thing. Like, oh, we're gonna leave Obi-Wan alone because like that's an Anakin thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, so again, like in there, it's like that's why I think for like a lot of people, like it was a clean argument for a while. Like Vader's Vader, Anakin's Anakin, but like Vader and Anakin are always the same. To me,
Yeah.
they are one and the same. They have never.
Well, JT puts
been
it perfectly. It's possession,
different
point blank, period. Anakin is still there, but is controlled by the demon mentality of Vader at times, right? Like you mentioned on Mustafar with Padme, that's the demon posing as Anakin. That's why it feels off and doesn't work, and she sees right through that. I do think it's a both and. I think he's constantly switching back and forth depending on his emotions because he's an emotionally led person.
extremely.
So
Yeah.
I think it just based on his emotions at the time and what he's feeling in that moment. You get moments of rage and moments of reflection, you know?
Yeah, he never really got. I can't think of an instance where he by himself was able to keep his emotions in check and make a rational decision as opposed to an emotional one.
Yeah.
There were times that with like he and Obi-Wan were together and Obi-Wan would like educate him or say something like, hey, you know, here's what should be done, or like here's like make sure to keep your emotions in check. But if he were left to his own, I can't think of any instances where he like took a second and really controlled his emotions.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
probably
that's the
some
thing.
instance out there, but
Even in the Revenge of the Sith book, it always talks about that dragon inside of him. You know, this dragon that's constantly there wanting to take over. It's like JT said, it's almost like a demon possession kind of aspect to it. Real Ben says the Emperor literally says the son of Skywalker, then Vader drops the reveal to Luke a little bit later. Anakin has always been there. That's true in the Empire, you know.
I have no
think
idea
that-
what OTT is planning. Obviously, OTT stands for Original Trilogy Talk. He's not
Yeah.
a prequel or a sequels fan. He thinks that the OTT is if you don't know him, the OTT is a self-defined story that neither needs a sequel or a prequel. So like all of his channel and content is framed around that lens.
I mean, I could see
I
it.
wonder where I don't know where he's going with the video, but yeah, he was asking me that question, and I was like, if you want a clean answer, it's when, like you said, when he coins him Darth Vader, but like there is not a clean answer.
Right here, this
Yep.
comment.
Yep. Ben,
Clovis,
yeah.
Yep.
That was the first example I could think of. Was like, oh yeah, he's clearly a cool-headed individual that thinks rationally.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Same with Clovis. Clovis is like, let's go fist to fist right now. And again,
He's-
like, let's
I
go fist to
love
fist, but
this
Anakin
guy.
has a cybernetic arm. Like it's
I
like
love
another one of
this
those things. Like, bro,
He was so happy to get to beat him up. I was like, yeesh.
Yeah, 100%. Well, guys, I think we've been going on for an hour and a half now. We've talked about quite a bit. This was just more like to hang out, have fun, talk about some of the mall. I'm excited, you guys, about
absolutely.
where we're headed for this mall show. But I appreciate you guys joining Twin Sons. It is a pleasure, my friend.
you saved
Thank
me
you
from
again
Lord
for
of
the invite.
Rings.
It's greatly appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely. I saved you from what?
You saved me from Lord of the Rings.
There's no saving from Lord of the Rings. You get the privilege of watching Lord of the Rings.
Ooh.
I've already watched it once, but it didn't connect with me, and now people say I need to rewatch it. So
I'm keeping my mouth shut on this one.
Are you not a Lord of the Rings fan, Twin Sons?
I just think it's for certain kinds of people. I think
so-
it's long.
Real long story short, I watched it for the first time ever like 6 months ago.
Oh,
Watched
dang.
Yeah,
all three of the
same. I watched
extended
the first one,
editions.
but I didn't watch all three. I only watched the first one.
I enjoyed them. I thought they were really good. They were really cool. I feel like I need to watch them again for it to kind of like connect.
Yeah.
Like there were too many things where I was just like I couldn't get drawn into the story. I don't know if it was the atmosphere that I was watching it in or or what, but I'm gonna try to go in with a clearer, more open mind for my next watch here, probably in the next, I don't know, a couple months or whatever.
What an
I
Obi-Wan
got
thing
caught
to
up
do.
on the ages. Like
Something
finding
like
out
that.
everybody's age threw me. Like Legolas is 500 and Frodo's 40, and like all the
Yeah.
different ages. Like nothing here makes sense.
Yeah.
And also, like throughout the first movie, I'm like, Frodo doesn't matter. It's clearly Aragorn that matters, and he doesn't know it.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I love Lord of the Rings.
I'll
That's one of
finish it
my,
eventually.
in my opinion, the top two like franchises, and it's not even close, as Lord of the Rings and Star Wars.
Like I said, I feel like I need to give it a rewatch.
Yeah.
To give it at least come up with some solid concrete reasons why I couldn't get invested.
That's
'Cause right
fair.
now I don't have anything. So it's like I could talk about how I didn't like it, but or didn't I let me stop there.
If you
I
like
can talk
Ahsoka,
about
you'll like
how-
Gandalf because they're the same.
I can talk about how I couldn't get extremely invested, but I don't have any concrete. It was just like, wasn't my thing.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's fair.
I want to
not-
give it another fair shot soon.
Yeah.
Because
Appreciate everyone in the
hate
chat.
me.
JT, Orlando, Real Ben here. We had Bryant69 in here. We had Private, John Ryan in here. Guys, I appreciate everyone in the chat. Guys, check out our stream tomorrow night. It's already posted on my live. I'll be with Django Fett, Empress Amidala, JT Lovecraft, and Battle Poppy. And then Wrath of Mandalore after the fact. We'll be breaking it down and giving your thoughts. And then we'd love to hear your guys' thoughts in the chat. So be there or be square, because you won't be around. So we'll see you guys later. Guys, appreciate you. May the force be with you.
May the
Always.
Force be with you, old friend.